June wiped the sweat from his forehead and tightened the last bolt on the air recycler. Working as a mechanic on Earth's orbital station 9 was hard, but he was good at it. His small hands moved with speed and skill that the other workers noticed. At 22, he was already known as the man who could fix anything. "June, you have a message," Minji called from across the hangar. Her voice echoed off the metal walls. June slid out from under the machine and stood up. "Who would send me a message?" he asked. No one ever sent him messages. He had no family left on Earth, and friends were few. Minji handed him a small silver disc. It glowed with a faint blue light. "This isn't Earth tech," she said, her dark eyes wide. "This is from somewhere else." June turned the disc in his hands. He had seen alien technology before, but only from a distance. Earth was still new to the galactic community. Humans were seen as weak and small compared to other species. "How do I open it?" he asked. "Just press your thumb on the center," Minji said. June did as she suggested. The disc hummed and projected a hologram into the air. A tall, glowing figure appeared. It wasn't human. Its body seemed made of light, with no clear shape except for a head and 4 arms. "Greetings, June of Earth," the figure said. "I am Director Kira of the Galactic Academy. You have been selected for admission to our institution. This is a rare honor. Only 3 humans will be chosen this cycle." June and Minji looked at each other in shock. "The Galactic Academy," Minji whispered. "That's the most prestigious school in the known universe. They train the elite of every species." The hologram continued. "Your skills and survival instincts have caught our attention. Transport will arrive in 3 Earth days. Prepare for a 5-year course of study. You may bring 1 small bag of personal items." The hologram disappeared, and the disc went dark. "You have to go," Minji said, grabbing his arm. "This could change everything for humans. We're still seen as the weaklings of the galaxy." June shook his head. "Why me? I'm just a mechanic." "You're more than that," Minji said. "Remember when you survived that airlock failure last year? And the time you fixed the station's main computer when everyone said it was impossible?" June remembered. His whole life had been one survival story after another. As a child, he had lived through the soul floods when thousands had died. Later, he had survived a shuttle crash that killed everyone else on board. He never understood why he lived when others didn't. "I don't belong there," June said. "Those aliens, they're smarter than us, stronger. But maybe they need something else," Minji suggested. "Something only humans have." That night, June couldn't sleep. He stared at the silver disc on his small table. Through his window, he could see Earth below, beautiful and blue. Most humans never left the planet. Those who did, like him, usually worked on stations or the moon. Very few ever traveled to other star systems. His comm unit beeped. It was Minji. "Have you decided?" she asked. "I'm going," June said. The words surprised him as he said them. "I don't know why they picked me, but I'll find out." "That's the spirit," Minji said, smiling. "Who knows? Maybe you'll be the first human to graduate from the academy." June nodded, but didn't smile back. What Minji didn't know, what no human knew, was that the academy was famous for something else too. Its tests were deadly. Students died every year, facing challenges designed to push the limits of their species. The information wasn't in the public record, but June had found it. In the academy's long history, only 7 humans had ever been invited. None had survived. Hack sat down with the 3 humans in their room. His almost human face looked serious in the dim light. "I am half human," Hack explained. "My father was from Earth, long ago. My mother was Alteri. There are very few like me in the galaxy." "How is that possible?" Minji asked. "Humans only joined the galactic community 3 years ago." "That is the lie you have been told," Hack said. "The truth is humans were once among the greatest species in the galaxy. They helped build the academy thousands of years ago." June thought about his strange connection to the neutron star. What happened to us? War, Hack said simply. A terrible war. Humans were too good at solving problems, too quick to adapt. Other species became afraid. They fought against humans and lost badly. So humans won the war? Tak asked. Yes and no. Hack shook his head. Humans won the battles but refused to destroy their enemies. They chose mercy. Their enemies did not. Hack showed them a small device. It projected a map of the galaxy. One area was marked in red. This was once human space, hundreds of worlds. After the war, a weapon was used, not to kill humans, but to make them forget. Earth was cut off from the galaxy, its history erased. Humans were pushed back to a primitive state. The three friends sat in shocked silence. But why bring humans back to the academy now? June asked. Because of the star. Hack pointed out the window to the pulsing neutron star. It contains a weapon that could destroy entire solar systems. The old humans built it as a last defense. Now it's waking up, and no one knows how to control it except humans. That's why I can see its patterns, June realized. Yes, human brains were made to understand it. Hack looked nervous. But some want to use the weapon. The purifiers believe they should rule the galaxy. Dorn's family leads them. So we're being tested to see if we can control the star weapon, Minji asked. Director Kira wants you to control it, yes. But Dorn wants you dead so his people can take it. Tak stood up, looking angry. So we're just tools. This was never about letting humans join the academy. Not for some, Hack admitted. But Director Kira truly believes humans deserve their place here again. A loud alarm suddenly rang through the station. Red lights flashed in the hallway. What's happening? June asked. Hack's face went pale. The final trial. It's being activated early. This is Dorn's work. But we're supposed to have a week to prepare. Minji protested. Dorn doesn't want you prepared, Hack said. He wants you dead. The humans rushed to dress. As they were about to leave, Hack grabbed June's arm. There's something else you should know, he said quietly. Your survival abilities are not accidental. The old humans changed their own genes. The changes went dormant when Earth was isolated, but in some humans, they're waking up again. Like you. What does that mean? June asked. It means you might be more than just human now, Hack said. Trust your instincts. They ran to the main hall where the other students were gathering. Director Kira floated at the center, looking troubled. The final trial has been activated early due to technical issues, the director announced. The unsurvivable begins in 1 hour. Dorn stood nearby, smiling coldly at the humans. No one has ever completed the final trial, Lena whispered, joining them. In the entire history of the academy, it's designed to be impossible. What exactly is this trial? Tak asked. It simulates the complete destruction of a civilization, Lena explained. You must find a way to save it, but there is no way. That's why it's called the unsurvivable. Director Kira approached the humans. I cannot stop this, the director said quietly. The trial has been altered. Be very careful. What do you mean, altered? Minji asked. I mean it may not be a simulation anymore, Kira said. The neutron star is becoming unstable. If you fail, the academy itself may be destroyed. And with it, all of us. June looked out at the pulsing star. Its rhythm had changed, become faster and more erratic. In his mind, he heard it calling to him. We need a plan, he told his friends. And I think I know where to start. The alien ship was nothing like the human shuttles June was used to. It moved through space without making a sound. There were no engines that he could see. The walls seemed alive, changing color as they traveled. June and Minji sat close together, trying not to show their fear. We will arrive at the academy in 1 hour, said their guide, a tall blue being with 4 eyes. Prepare yourselves. June looked out the window. Space bent around them in strange ways. They were traveling faster than light, something human ships could not do. "Are you scared?" Minji whispered. "Yes," Joan admitted, but also excited. The ship slowed, and suddenly they could see it. The Galactic Academy. It wasn't a building or even a space station. It was a massive ring surrounding a strange star that glowed with a purple light. "That's a neutron star," Minji said in awe. "The densest object in the universe besides a black hole. 1 teaspoon would weigh 1,000,000,000 tons on Earth." The ship docked at one section of the ring. When they stepped out, Jun felt lighter. The gravity was different here. A crowd of aliens waited in a large hall. June had never seen so many different species in one place. Some had 6 arms. Some floated in the air. Others looked like walking trees or giant insects. "Humans," a voice called out. A young man walked toward them. He looked Korean, like them. "I'm Tak. I got here yesterday. You must be the other Earth students." June and Minji introduced themselves, relieved to see another human face. "Where are you from?" Minji asked. "New Seoul Colony, on Proxima Centauri," Tak said. "My family moved there when I was a baby. You're from Earth itself." Before they could answer, a loud buzzing sound filled the room. All the alien students moved back, creating a path. A beam made of pure light floated toward them. It was Director Kara, the same being from the message. "Welcome, new students." Kyra's voice echoed in their minds rather than their ears. "You are the chosen few from across the galaxy. Out of 1,000,000 applicants, only 200 were selected. You should be proud." The director's glowing form moved closer to the humans. "Earth students, we welcome you especially. Your species is new to the galactic community. You have much to prove." A tall, muscular alien with scaly red skin and 6 arms pushed to the front of the crowd. "Why are these weaklings even here?" he asked loudly. "Humans can barely leave their own solar system. They will die in the first test." Some of the other aliens laughed. June felt his face grow hot with anger and shame. "Each species brings unique abilities, Dorn," Director Kira said calmly. "The Academy tests all forms of intelligence and survival skills." The red alien named Dorn snorted. "We shall see." After the welcome, Tak showed June and Minji to their rooms. The 3 humans would be living in the same section. "What did that red alien mean about the first test?" June asked. Tak's face grew serious. "The Academy has 3 main tests. The first one is tomorrow. It's called the Void Walk." He lowered his voice. "I heard that 80% of students don't survive it." 80%. Minji gasped. "That's not a test. That's a death trap. That's why most species send hundreds of applicants. They expect most to die," Tak explained. "But Earth only sent us 3. That night, Jun couldn't sleep. He stared at the strange ceiling of his room. Through the window, he could see the purple neutron star pulsing. For some reason, its rhythm felt familiar, like a heartbeat he had always known. A soft knock came at his door. It was Minji and Tak. "We can't sleep either," Minji said. "We need a plan for tomorrow." "The aliens expect us to compete against each other," Tak said. "But I think our only chance is to work together." June nodded. "Agreed. Tomorrow, we stick together. Humans against the universe." As they talked through the night, none of them noticed the small camera in the corner of the room, or the fact that Director Kira was watching them with great interest. The 3 days of rest after the Void Walk passed quickly. June spent most of his time in the Academy Library, searching for information about the strange neutron star and his ability to see patterns in the void. "Find anything?" Minji asked, sitting next to him. She looked tired but excited. "Not much," Jun said. "But I had that dream again. The star was speaking to me." "Speaking? What did it say?" Minji looked concerned. "Not with words, with pulses and patterns." Jun rubbed his eyes. "It sounds crazy." Tak joined them, carrying a small device. "Look what I found in the old records section," he whispered. He turned on the device, and a hologram appeared. The hologram showed a group of humans wearing strange uniforms. They stood proudly among aliens, not fearful or out of place. "This is from 3,000 years ago," Tak explained. "Humans were once respected members of the galactic community. They helped build the academy." "That's impossible," Minji said. "Earth only joined the galactic community 3 years ago." "Unless Earth forgot," Tak suggested, "or was made to forget." Before they could discuss further, a tall shadow fell over them. It was Director Kira. "Interesting research," the director said. "Come with me, humans. We need to talk." The director led them to a private room. The walls were made of the same shifting material as the transport ship. "You performed unexpectedly well in the void walk," Kira said. "Especially you, Jun. You saw the patterns." "Yes," Jun admitted, "but I don't know how." "Perhaps it is in your blood," Kira suggested. The director's light form pulsed gently. "There is something you should know. Humans are not here by chance. You are being tested." "We know that," Minji said. "All students are being tested." "No, you are being tested differently. The Academy has a special interest in humans." Kira paused. "The neutron star is not natural. It was built as a weapon and a key." The 3 humans stared in shock. "A weapon?" Tak asked. "Who would build such a thing?" "That is a question for another time," Kira said. "For now, be careful. Not everyone wants humans to succeed here. Some would rather the old secrets stay buried." After the director left, the 3 friends walked back to their rooms in silence. "Did that sound like a warning to you?" Minji asked finally. Before Jun could answer, a scream rang out. They ran toward the sound and found Lena, the small blue alien who had spoken to them after the void walk. She was on the floor, injured. "What happened?" Jun helped her up. "Dorn and his friends," Lena gasped. "They said I was a traitor for talking to humans. They did this." She showed her torn wing-like arm. Jun helped Lena to the medical bay. The doctor there, a jellyfish-like being, treated her quickly. "Thank you," Lena said when they were alone. Not many would help another species. "Why does Dorn hate humans so much?" Jun asked. "His family belongs to the purifiers," Lena explained. "They believe some species are superior to others. They especially hate humans. They say humans once had too much power." As Jun walked back to meet his friends, he noticed someone following him. He turned quickly and caught a glimpse of a tall figure disappearing around a corner. In their room, Tak had made a discovery. "Look at this," he said, showing them an old map of the academy. "There's a hidden section right under the main control room." "What's in it?" Minji asked. "I don't know, but it connects directly to the neutron star's core." That night, Jun's dreams were more vivid than ever. The star pulsed in complex patterns. In the dream, he understood what it was saying. It was a warning and a countdown. In the morning, they found a message on their door. "The second trial begins tomorrow. The recursion chamber awaits. Historical survival rate, 8%. Jun looked at his friends. "We need to find that hidden section before the next trial. The star is trying to tell us something important." "Like what?" Minji asked. "Like the fact that the Academy isn't just testing us," Jun said. "It's preparing us for something worse." The recursion chamber looked simple from the outside. It was a large white room with a single door. The remaining 43 students gathered nervously outside it. The humans stayed close together, watching Dorn and his friends carefully. "Remember what I told you," Lena whispered as she passed by. "The chamber creates copies of you. Don't trust what you see." Director Kira floated to the front of the group. "The recursion chamber will test your mind, not your body," the director explained. "Inside, you will face yourselves, again and again. Find the way out before you are lost forever." "Lost how?" one student asked. "Your mind will break if you stay too long," Kira said simply. "Begin." The students entered one by one. When it was Jun's turn, he looked back at Minji and Tak. "If we get separated, remember what makes you real," he said. Then he stepped through the door. Inside was not one room, but hundreds. Each room was exactly the same. White walls, white floor, 5 doors leading out. In the center of the room stood Jun. No, not Jun. A copy of Jun. And another. And another. "What is this?" Jun asked. His voice echoed strangely. "We are you," all the copies said together. "And you are us." Jun tried to stay calm. "I need to find the way out." "We all do," the copies said, "but only one can leave." Each copy began moving in different directions, going through different doors. Jun didn't know which way to go. He chose a door at random. The next room was the same, but now it held copies of Minji too. They were working on complex math problems that covered the walls. "Jun, you're here," one Minji said. "Are you the real Minji?" Jun asked. "I think so," she said, "but I'm not sure anymore. I've been solving these puzzles for what feels like days." Jun looked at the math on the walls. It showed the patterns of the neutron star. These aren't random puzzles, he realized. They're showing the star's pattern. Suddenly, a door burst open and 3 Taks ran in. "Don't trust them," all 3 shouted, pointing at each other. "I'm the real Tak." Jun felt his head spinning. How could he know which one was real? Then he remembered the star's patterns from his dreams. He looked closely at each person in the room. Around the real people, the air seemed to pulse with the same rhythm as the neutron star. The copies didn't have this pulse. "You're the real Minji," Jun said, pointing to one of them. "And you're the real Tak," he pointed to another. "How can you tell?" Minji asked. "The star's pattern is around you. The copies don't have it." Together, they moved through more rooms. Each one was filled with more copies, more puzzles. Some rooms had copies of other alien students too. Many were sitting in corners, talking to themselves, already lost in the recursion. Dorn said he would sabotage us. Tak remembered. "We need to be careful." They entered a larger room. In the center stood Dorn, smiling coldly. "Humans," he said, "you've done well to get this far, but this is where you end." He pressed something on his wrist. Suddenly, all the doors in the room vanished. "No way out now," Dorn laughed. "Enjoy being trapped here forever." Jun looked around desperately. The walls were solid white. No doors, no windows. They were trapped. "Wait," Minji said. "Look at the floor." The white floor had a slight pattern to it, lines that formed a shape. "It's a map of the chamber," Jun realized. "The whole thing. And look, we're not supposed to find a door out. We need to go up." Tak looked at the ceiling. "But how? There's nothing there." Jun remembered something from the history book. "Humans built this place. We must have built a way out too." He placed his hand on the wall and closed his eyes. He felt for the pattern, the pulse of the star. There, a slight vibration. "Here," he said. "Push here." All 3 pushed against the wall. A hidden panel slid open, revealing a ladder that went up. "Impossible," Dorn shouted. "How did you know that?" They climbed quickly, leaving Dorn below. At the top, they emerged into a bright room where Director Kira waited. 3 humans, working together again. Kyra said, sounding pleased. "You are full of surprises." One by one, other students began to appear. Some came through doors, others through the floor or ceiling. Only 21 students made it out of the recursion chamber. Dorn was one of them, appearing an hour later, his red scales now pale with exhaustion. "This isn't over," he hissed at Jun. That night, a stranger visited their room. He looked almost human, but his eyes were too large, his fingers too long. "My name is Hack," he said, "and I need to tell you why humans are really here." Morning came too quickly. A loud bell woke all students. Jun, Minji, and Tak met in the hallway, faces pale but determined. "Are you ready?" Tak asked. Neither June nor Minji answered. How could anyone be ready for a test with an 80% death rate? All 200 students gathered in a massive dome. The walls were clear, showing the purple neutron star outside. Director Kira floated at the center, glowing brighter than before. Today is the Void Walk, Director Kira announced. You must cross from this dome to the receiving dome on the other side of the ring. A map appeared in the air. The path between domes looked simple enough. The path exists in a partially collapsed dimension, Kira continued. What you see is not what is real. What you feel is not what exists. Each of you must find your own way to understand the void. Dorn, the red six-armed alien, laughed loudly. I bet 10 credits the first human dies within 5 minutes. Other aliens joined in, placing bets on which human would die first, and how quickly. Begin, Director Kira announced. A door opened in the dome wall. Beyond it was nothing. Not darkness, not light. Just nothing. The largest aliens pushed forward first. Dorn and his friends stepped into the nothing and disappeared. Other students followed more cautiously. We should wait, Minji whispered. Watch what happens to the others. They waited near the entrance. Some students returned, screaming in pain, their bodies partly gone. Others never returned at all. I think I understand, Minji said suddenly. The path is there, but it shifts. It's like a pattern. What kind of pattern? June asked. Minji pointed to the neutron star. Look at the pulses. They match the shifts in the void. If we time our steps to the pulses, that might work, Tak said. But we need to be perfectly in sync. The 3 humans joined hands. June in the middle, Minji on the left, Tak on the right. Count the pulses, Minji instructed. Step on the 3rd pulse, every time. They stepped into the nothing together. June felt his body stretch and compress. Pain shot through him. The nothing was not empty. It felt like walking through electric fire. Keep going, Tak shouted. 1, 2, step. They moved forward, counting the star's pulses. Around them, they could see other aliens struggling. Some were frozen in place. Others were being pulled apart slowly. The pattern is changing, Minji called out. Now it's every 2nd pulse. They adjusted their steps. The pain was terrible, but they kept moving. June noticed something strange. He could see patterns in the nothing. Faint lines and shapes that shifted with the star's pulses. I can see the path, he said in surprise. What? How? Tak asked, his face twisted in pain. I don't know, but I can see it. Follow me. June took the lead, guiding them through the shifting patterns. The nothing tried to pull them apart, but they held on tightly to each other. Behind them, they heard screams. June looked back once and immediately wished he hadn't. One of the tree-like aliens was being turned inside out, its body folding into impossible shapes. After what felt like hours, they saw light ahead. Almost there, June shouted. With a final effort, they stumbled through into the receiving dome. They fell to the floor, gasping and shaking. They had made it. Director Kira was already there, watching them with interest. 3 humans working together, Kira said. Fascinating. Gradually, other students arrived. Some were injured badly. Many didn't appear at all. In the end, only 43 students completed the Void Walk. Dorn was one of them. He stormed over to the humans, his red scales dark with rage. You cheated, he hissed. Humans can't possibly understand the void. Yet here we are, Minji said, standing tall despite her exhaustion. Dorn leaned in close to June. This isn't over, human. The next test is even worse. You won't survive it. As Dorn walked away, a small alien with 4 arms approached them. She had blue skin and large eyes. My name is Lena, she said. What you did was impressive. How did you see the pattern? Before June could answer, Director Kira announced. Rest now. The second trial begins in 3 days. As they walked back to their rooms, Joan wondered, how had he seen the patterns in the void? And why did the pulsing of the neutron star feel so familiar to him? The room for the final trial was different from the others. It was a perfect sphere with no visible doors. The inside walls showed stars and planets, a map of the galaxy. The 21 remaining students stood nervously around the edge. Director Kira floated at the center. The unsurvivable is not like other tests, Kyra explained. You will not see a disaster coming. You will not know what to save or how to save it. You must figure that out for yourselves. June looked at Minji and Tak. They had spent the last hour planning, but without knowing what the test was, their plans might be useless. Begin, Kyra said, and disappeared. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the walls of the room lit up with a red glow. The neutron star appeared in the center of the room as a hologram. It was pulsing faster than before. Star instability detected, a computer voice announced. Complete destruction in 60 minutes. Casualty estimate, 7 billion lives. The alien students began working frantically. Some tried to leave the room. Others argued about what to do. Dorn and his friends huddled in one corner, working on something. It's not just a simulation, Minji whispered. The real star is going unstable. How do we stop it? Tak asked. June closed his eyes and listened to the star's pulse. The pattern was there, but scrambled, like a message with parts missing. I think someone changed the star's rhythm, he said. It's trying to fix itself but can't. Lena approached them quickly. Dorn did something, she said. I saw him use a strange device near the star controls yesterday. Can you get us into the control room? June asked. Lena nodded. Follow me. They slipped out of the sphere while everyone was distracted. As they ran through the hallways, the station began to shake. Alarms sounded everywhere. This is no test, Tak said. The station is really in danger. The control room was locked, but Lena used her 4 arms to work on the door. It opened with a hiss. Inside, Dorn and 2 other aliens were working at the main console. They turned in surprise. Too late, humans, Dorn sneered. The star will explode, and the purifiers will blame humans. The galaxy will never trust your kind again. You'll die too, Minji pointed out. No, Dorn held up a small device. We have an escape ship ready. Tak moved fast. He tackled one of Dorn's friends. Lena grabbed the other. June faced Dorn directly. You can't win, Dorn said. No one can stop the chain reaction now. Minji rushed to the control panel. He's right. The star is set to collapse in 40 minutes. The pattern is locked. June looked at the star through the control room window. Its pulses were getting faster and more chaotic. I need direct access to the star, he said suddenly. What? That's impossible, Lena gasped. The core is surrounded by radiation that would kill any living thing. Not me, Jum said, remembering Hack's words about his changed genes. I can do it. There's a maintenance shaft, Tak said, looking at a map on the wall. It goes directly to the star interface. June turned to his friends. Minji, I need you to calculate the original pulse pattern of the star. Tak, keep Dorn here. I'll need to reset the pattern manually. It won't work, Dorn laughed. The star core will burn you to ash. June ignored him and ran to the maintenance shaft. It was a narrow tube that led toward the heart of the station. As he crawled through, the heat increased. The station shook harder. At the end of the shaft was a small room with a glowing panel. Beyond it, through clear walls, was the neutron star control mechanism. The radiation here was so strong that the air itself seemed to shimmer. June's comm beeped. I've calculated the original pattern. Minji's voice came through. It's a sequence of prime numbers, but with something extra added. I'm sending it to you now. June looked at the sequence on his comm. It felt familiar, like something he had always known. He placed his hands on the panel. Pain shot through his body as the radiation hit him. But he didn't pull away. Instead, he began to input the correct sequence. As he worked, he realized something strange. The pattern Minji sent matched the rhythm he heard in his dreams. It was as if he had always known how to speak to the star. "June, are you okay?" Tak's voice called through the comm. "The station's starting to break apart." "Almost done," June gasped through the pain. His hands were beginning to glow with the radiation. With the last of his strength, he completed the sequence. For a terrible moment, nothing happened. Then the star's pulse began to slow. Its color shifted from angry red back to calm purple. "Star stabilizing," the computer announced. "Destruction averted." June collapsed to the floor, his vision fading. The last thing he saw before darkness took him was the star. June opened his eyes slowly. He was in a white room, floating in some kind of liquid. His body felt strange, light and painless. Through the clear walls, he could see Minji and Tak watching him with worried faces. "He's awake," Minji called out. The liquid drained away, and Jun sat up. His hands, which had been glowing with radiation, now looked normal. "How long was I out?" he asked as Tak helped him stand. 3 days, Tak said. "We thought you were going to die. The radiation should have killed you instantly." Director Kira floated into the room, glowing brighter than before. "But it did not kill you," the director said. "Just as we hoped." "You knew?" June asked. "You knew the test would be sabotage." "We suspected," Kira admitted. "The purifiers have been planning this for years. We needed to know if humans could still control the star." Minji looked angry. "So you used us, put our lives at risk." "Yes," Kira said simply, "but also to give humanity back what was taken from them, their place in the galaxy." Hack entered the room, smiling. "The Academy Council has met. Dorn and his allies have been expelled and will face trial for attempted mass murder." "What about us?" Tak asked. "You three have done what no student in 10,000 years has done," Director Kira said. "You survived the unsurvivable. You are the first graduates of the new era." They were led to the main hall. All the surviving students were there, watching in amazement as the 3 humans were brought to the center. "For too long, humanity has been kept from its rightful place," Director Kira announced. "These 3 humans have proven that the old skills, the old knowledge, is still alive in their kind." A hologram appeared, showing Earth and its solar system. Earth will now be recognized as a founding world of the Galactic Academy. Its status as a developing world is ended. Humans will once again take their place among the stars. The alien students cheered, even those who had once mocked the humans. Lena rushed forward to hug them. "You did it," she said. "You changed everything." Later, as they packed their few belongings, June looked out at the neutron star. Its pulses were calm and steady now, like a guardian watching over them. "I figured it out," he told his friends. "A whole academy is a test within a test. It's not just about surviving the trials. It's about proving we can work together, that we deserve to be here." "And the star?" Minji asked. "It's a key," June explained. "A key to all the old human technology scattered across the galaxy. Things we built and then forgot." "So what happens now?" Tak wondered. Director Kira joined them. "Now you have a choice. Stay at the academy as instructors or return to Earth as ambassadors. Help your people remember who they once were." 1 month later, a ship approached Earth. It was unlike anything humans on the planet had ever seen. It glided silently into orbit and sent a message to every screen on the planet. Inside the ship, Jun, Minji, and Tak prepared to address their world. "Are you nervous?" Minji asked. "A little," Jun admitted. "We're about to change human history forever." "I'd say we already did that," Tak smiled. The communication system activated. Billions of humans looked up at their screens to see 3 young Korean faces. "People of Earth," Jun began. "We bring you greetings from the Galactic Academy, and we bring you the truth about our past. As they spoke, ships appeared around Earth's orbit, not threatening, but welcoming. The galaxy was opening its arms to humanity once more. On the Academy station, Director Kira watched the neutron star pulse with its ancient rhythm. The old weapon had become a beacon, calling humanity back to the stars. "It is done," Kira said to Hack. "The circle is complete." "Not complete," Hack corrected. "Just beginning again. They will need to be ready." "Ready for what?" Kira asked. Hack's face grew serious. "For the reason the weapon was built in the first place, the enemy that even ancient humans feared. They're still out there, beyond the edge of the galaxy, waiting." The neutron star pulsed, as if in agreement, a warning and a promise. Humanity had survived the unsurvivable. But greater tests still awaited them among the stars.